Sample problem 5.1 reads, a geochemist heats a limestone sample and collects the CO2 released in an evacuated flask attached to a closed-in manometer. After the system comes to room temperature, delta H equals 291.4 millimeters of mercury. Calculate the CO2 pressure in torrs, atmospheres, and kilopascals. So this delta H that you see, that's the difference in height in these manometers, which are used to measure pressure in various units. Now, notice I've put table 5.1. Let me zoom into that real quick. These are going to be some very handy conversion factors that we're going to use to convert these units of pressure that we're talking about. So let me show you how to use this thing really quickly. Right here it says the pascal or the kilopascal. So 1 times 10 to the 5, or 1.01325 times 10 to the 5 pascals is equal to 1 atmosphere. Okay? 101.325 kilopascals is equal to 1 atmosphere. 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 millimeters of mercury. 760 millimeters of mercury is equal to 760 torr. All of these things that you see on this table are equal to each other, right? So really, 1 millimeter of mercury is equal to 1 torr. But anyway, so that's how to use this table, and it's going to be very handy for us whenever we're doing some of these conversions, dealing with pressure units. So you need to know those things, okay? So here we go. I've got 291.4 millimeters of mercury. And the first one it wants me to do is torrs. Well, I just said that there's 1 millimeter of mercury for every 1 torr, so I'll do that one's easy. It's going to be 291.4 torr, right? Because 1 millimeter of mercury. Or we could go ahead and write it out, right? There's 760 millimeters of mercury. This is directly from the table. And 760 torr. Sorry. And then, 760 divided by 760 is 1. They cancel out. Millimeters of mercury cancels out. So we're just 291.4 torr. So that's the easy one. Now, the next one there says they want us to convert to atmosphere. So let me do another T here. I've got 291.4 millimeters of mercury. And let me put a box around that one because that's one of my answers. All right, and I got to convert to atmospheres. Now, looking at my table 5.1 over here, there's 760 millimeters of mercury in 1 atmosphere. So 760 is going to go in the bottom for every 1 atmosphere. And let's see. If I type 291.4 divided by 760, that's equal to, let me get some more room to write here. Let me move that up a little bit. That's going to be equal to 0.3834 atmospheres. And then the last one they want us to do is kilopascal. So they got 291.4 millimeters of mercury. And we could have started with any of these. I could have actually started with 0.03834 atmospheres since we just converted, and I know those things are equal. But I'm just starting with the numbers they've given me. So let's see here. It says there's 760 millimeters of mercury in 101.325 kilopascals. Millimeters divided by millimeters is going to cancel. So let's see, 291.4 times 101.325 divided by 760. And I got 38.9 kilopascals. All right, so these are pretty similar to the calculations we've been doing using the moles and the grams per moles and all those things. It's just now we're talking about pressure, and we're using units of pressure. But it's the same kind of calculations. We're still just converting from one unit to the other.